Hello, welcome to How to Play Ticket to Ride Solo Diced Edition, a game for one player. So, if you like playing Ticket to Ride and you love the physical game and you don't have any friends to play with because you're all by yourself, no worries. There's an iOS app, but you don't want to do that because you want to do the physical game and you love being punished. So, I got a great example of how to do that. This time we're going to make it a little bit better than last time because number one, we're going to get the rules right, and number two, we've included some dice to make the reshuffling process a lot easier because we're just not going to worry about the reshuffling. So you're going to deal out everybody 3 destination tickets and 4 train cards as normal. Arrange Marvin's cards in a grid of 3 and 1 as shown here. So he's going to get 4 cards, but he's going to have them in rows of 3. Now, these cards are action cards. These are what Marvin can and can't do. So you probably want to print them up and cut them out. And Marvin's our opponent. He has some extra special rules that he gets that make it more advantageous for AI to play this game, which is why it's a solitaire game. So Marvin's action cards are going to set to one side, and then his actual train cards show how many train cards he can claim in a route. So if he has 2 stacks, so if he has 4 cards, they're in the second row. Anything more than 4, 5, 6, that'll be 2 rows. Anything more than 6, he'll be able to claim 3 cards. And once he's up to 6 different rows of cards, he can claim a route immediately. There's no roll of the dice necessary. In fact, you don't roll the dice. You're going to be claiming a route. Now, in claiming a route, all you're going to be doing is first turning up a destination ticket and then looking for that route that has the shortest distance between those 2 points on the contract and seeing where the longest train route is. Now, one of the things is that Marvin is able to use your routes. So when we roll the dice, we're going to need one that's white, one that's color, and when they are of equal value, the blue dice will matter, the colored dice will matter. If they're not of the same value, then you disregard the colored dice and go with what the white dice tells you. So you arrange your action cards into places where a 1 through a 6 will be seen, and then the claim a route card will be the 7th option, and the 7th option only happens when we roll doubles. Pretty simple concept. We'll go through it in the video. We'll just play a simple sample round of this, and we'll see that we have everything working correctly and get you a good idea of how this solitary game happens. And I probably should have put my light source, so if you're seeing my shadow, I'm sorry for that. I messed that up. So the first player is going to go first, then Marvin's going to roll. He rolls double 3. That means he has to claim a route, so he's going to overturn this ticket that shows what route he has. It's going to be Denver to El Paso. So he takes 2 train cars out and claims it. Now, he could also claim the 5 train cars, but that's not the most direct and shortest route. So the instructions said not to fuss too much with this. You'll figure it out. So anytime you roll dice that aren't equal, you're going to go ahead and follow the action, which is basically which cards to take. It might tell you to take a locomotive as your first option. If there are no locomotives, you then follow the second option. And then eventually, if it tells you to take certain spots, if there's a locomotive at the first spot that it tells you to take, then your turn ends there. If it tells you to take the one card of the same most color, so right now we have 2 whites, so the card of the most color would be 2 whites. If not, it'll probably tell you then to take 2 face-up cards. So all these actions are just really arbitrary movements. The only thing that really limits Marvin in this case is if there's a locomotive. Otherwise, it really doesn't matter what color of train cars he gets. If you do get 3 locomotives, just like in the real game, you have to take those cards up, put them in the discard pile, and reissue some new train cards to be drawn, some new face-up cards to be drawn. And, you know, this is a simple rummy. Basically, you're trying to get sets of train cards. That way you can match up with what's on the map. You should know how to play this game. If not, please review the base game so you're not confused by this tutorial, because I'm not going to get too much into it. But the rules are pretty much the same. The only thing different is Marvin gets to piggyback on your train routes. So since you're able to see Marvin's contracts when he claims a route, it is advantageous not to build anything connecting to his routes. Now in this game, in my case, I did have a contract that went from Denver to, I want to say, Pittsburgh, so I was already in trouble there. Marvin was going to piggyback off of me no matter what I did. So now Marvin's claimed another route. He has to go from Chicago to Santa Fe. The longest train set of tracks in the shortest distance is that 4 sets of tracks there. He has nothing to piggyback off of at the moment, so he's not too worried about that. So it's just a simple take your turn, do your actions, claim your routes, and then Marvin will basically do his actions after he does the dice rolls. Now we've got a double, so he's going to reveal another ticket. And you'll notice the Chicago to Santa Fe, or I believe it might be Chicago to Phoenix. Can't remember which one it was. That should be pretty quick. Yep, there it is. He's going to claim that ticket. He's going to claim that route. So that destination ticket's complete. Now he's piggybacking off of our Omaha to Denver. Marvin's allowed to do that. Also, in the scoring phase, Marvin is not punished for routes that he can't get. So when Marvin runs out of destination tickets, which we're at the point now where he's out of destination tickets, on the next claim a route action, that's when you'll issue him 3 new tickets. It doesn't matter. He's not going to turn any of them back, so you just take 3 tickets out and put them face down in the pile. On the next claim a route, he will then reveal one of those, because you're playing the game as if it's another human, but it's Marvin, basic bad artificial intelligence. And right now, if he was to roll doubles, he would be able to claim, the longest route he could claim was a 5-train route by giving out 5 cards, because he has 5 rows of cards. And now the next action, we are not going to roll the dice when it's Marvin's turn. He already has the automatic claim a route action. He has 6 rows of cards. So the next action he will automatically get. So now we're just moving along. We're trying to get things done. Now the other thing with this game is the longest route 10-point bonus does not apply. Instead, you're not worried about the longest route. It's who completed the most contracts. Now Marvin does not get punished for not completing contracts. So it's in your best interest to try to get this game over with as fast as possible. And you'll notice I didn't do the scoring immediately as you normally do with Ticket to Ride. I decided it'd be best to wait a little bit. So now Marvin's claiming another route. He's got a 4-train track route on the 2 open tickets, so that's the longest train he can complete. So he's going to go with that first. So in some cases, this might mean the Denver to El Paso route might be the last priority that Marvin's going to do, because at the moment he's got longer train routes to complete first. So really simple game. I found this way of doing it with the dice versus always reshuffling the cards a lot less tedious, a lot faster to play, and I was generally more satisfied with this version of it. The only thing that's hard to remember is that Marvin's not getting punished for routes he doesn't complete, that if he doesn't have any more contracts, any more tickets that are face down, you'll have to, on the next claim route, you'll have to issue him 3 more tickets. You're playing this game pretty much as normally. The only thing is that it doesn't matter what color tickets. The only real hindrance for Marvin is if he's forced to take a locomotive. Otherwise, the game just continues as normal. And you really want to try to get the game down to its end point whenever you have less than 2, when you have 2 or less train cars, then it forces the final turn. Marvin's going to get awarded for however many contracts he completes. If he gets the most contracts complete, he gets the 10 bonus points. And what do you know? Marvin won this game like always. So like always, if you'd actually like to play some card games out in public, come to the subreddit Card Game Meetups. Post your city, post what games you know, and maybe someday when we actually get more than 200 members, we will have somebody reply and we'll actually have a public meetup. Do check out our Discord channel. We have a link in the description. It no longer expires. This is a channel where we talk about card games all day, every day. Do happen to check out these other content creators. They do a wonderful job creating all sorts of how-to videos or reviews on games that they've played. It's a wonderful time to learn new card games and play card games. So if you haven't really had any friends yet, do check out Matthew Newman and Stellar Solitaires. They have games for 1 player. Riffle, Shuffle, and Roll, they'll have all sorts of games for 1, 2, or 3 players. Taylor's trick-taking table often has all sorts of trick-taking games. Triple S games will get on a kick for a while. They were on a chess kick, and now they're back on commercial games. Veslaco does some excellent print and plays. She Always Wins does a great commercial game review and demonstration. Mika Shin's just now starting Portuguese card videos, but he subtitles them in English. And if you are ever in Branson, Missouri, and you happen to be at the Dick's 5 and Dime, do buy some board games. They have a wonderful assortment. But go across the street to the Branson Board Game Cafe. They have a wonderful library that you pay admission to, and they color code every game based on how easy it is to learn, and if it plays well with 2 or with 1 player. They have a wonderful retail selection, and every time I go there, I have a great time. I spend a whole day playing there. They have signs that you can put on your table that welcome new players to your table. It's a wonderful experience. I highly recommend it, and I always leave there buying some games. And you can try Bahama Taxi there, so do check out the Branson Board Game Cafe. Do like and subscribe because I will be having new videos coming out every week. And I want to thank today's musician who provided a cover song for an obscure song I had never heard of before. Do check out their channel. I'm not going to attempt to butcher their name. I automatically know that no matter what I say, I'm going to get the pronunciation wrong. But what we can get right is the fact they only have 28 subscribers. I think his work deserves some more subscribers, so do give them a listen, do give them a subscribe, and I'll see you next video.